Hello there, and welcome to Pipsoclock weekly news review for this week, 16th to the 20th of September. And we're going to be looking at two economic calendars, for FX Street calendar and Forex Factory calendar. And as you can see on the screen here, we are on the FX Street website, and Monday is very scanty. You can see just one event at 1:30 p.m. already done. That's the New York Empire State Manufacturing Index for September, and the numbers came out positive for the US dollar, though it's not a major event, just has a medium impact. And then if you check on the Forex Factory website, you can see everything here is yellow, and here too is a medium impact. That's the what's it called, the Empire State Manufacturing Index. Now let's just scroll through FX Forex Factory. Monday all day in China is bank holiday, and then medium impact events at 10 a.m. will be from the Euro zone, where you have the German ZEW economic sentiment. You can decide to trade numbers, but mark the event time or just watch it. Then at 1:30 you have major events from Canada and the US. From Canada, you have the Canadian CPI month on month, the CPI, median CPI year on year, then the trimmed CPI year on year, and then that'll be followed by a medium event at the same time. That's a common CPI year on year. Then at the same time, you have the US releasing the core retail sales and retail sales month on month for the month of August. So you could trade the numbers, you could trade the event itself. So whichever way you choose, just mark your economic calendar. And then you move on to Wednesday, which is the big day for the week. That's when the Fed will be speaking. All right, so, but it begins with the GBP CPI for year on year at 7 a.m. And then we'll now be looking at building permits, medium impact events at 1:30. All right, and then you then go down to 7 p.m. when the federal funds rate will be released. Now, already the Fed has already said there was going to be a rate cut based on indices they've seen within the economy. Inflation is rising and all that, so they need. Inflation is dropping rather, so they need to cut the rate. So, based on based on that, a lot of things are being factored in though, but we watch out for that. Then look out for the FOMC economic projections that will happen at the same time. All of these are happening at the same time. The FOMC statement, and then the funds rates, and then 7:30 same day is the FOMC press conference. Most probably at 7, the rate cuts event, if it comes out at the same number that is forecasted, which is 5.25%, most likely we'll see the USD rather dropping some weight, okay, reducing in value. So you want to sell it at that time. But then we'll now wait for 30 minutes later when the FOMC press conference will happen. It is there now that investors will really be combing, because the forecasts already, some of them may be priced in before Wednesday. But the press conference is where investors will now come to now know the future stance of the Federal Reserve Bank, so that to make the informed decision. In fact, let's say that Wednesday will redefine gold, the direction gold will go. Remember that gold has recorded an all-time high in history, whether it's 5,000 years history or how many years history. Gold has recorded an all-time high this week, hitting 2000, almost 2090, 2590, right? Almost 2,590, just a few uh, dollars away from it has, in fact, I got to 2,589 already this Monday. So, and there's a likelihood that gold will still touch 2,590 or even head on to 2,603, most likely within this month of September. So, who knows whether it is the FOMC that will drive it up there. So you have to watch it, okay? Then let's check the economic calendar for FX Street. and just confirm the same events. You see them, so you have to watch it seriously. All right, so now all positions should be really closely monitored and closed on Wednesday. Do you understand it? You have to closely monitor them. Let me quickly adjust this so that it can capture the entire week for FX trades. Okay, so let's get that. All right, so for Wednesday now, you have the same events coming out. Here is it: interest rate, um, projection, projections, the current, and then the longer and the current. So all of these are going to play out. You have to really, really watch it seriously. See everything here coming out. In fact, FX Street captured it, everything from first year, second year, third year, current, and longer. So all of these will come out, and then this is where investors will now be feasting. So don't just, in fact, don't have open positions before this event. I advise you. Okay, make sure that your positions, no matter even if the positions are profitable, lock it up. If they are not very profitable, cut and wait. Do you understand? Anything can happen here because gold is going to become erratically volatile. Yes, and if it's still trading on the upper region, you want to really be very careful. So watch it. Wednesday is the day. Okay, 7 p.m., 7:30, and then New Zealand gross domestic products quarter on quarter and year on year for quarter two will be happening at 23:45 GMT plus one. So you want to really check that. Okay, so you then move on to Thursday. So on Thursday, we are going to be focusing in the morning, AUD, the rates, unemployment rate. In fact, there's unemployment change, the full-time employment, participation rates, part-time employment, unemployment rates, all coming out at the same time from Australia, though a number of them there are medium impact, but still the two major high impact events are going to drive the market seriously. So if you want to trade the numbers, you can actually trade the numbers are on the screen. So if the employment change is higher than the forecast, of course, you would want to really buy the AUD, USD, and co. But if lower, you want to sell the pair. But then you now have to factor in the unemployment rate, though the forecast is putting it at par with the previous, so meaning there will be no change. So if it's at par, that means the major focus will now be on the employment change. You get it? So watch out for that. Of course, most of us will be sleeping at that time or doing other things. However, by the time you wake up and you want to consider AUDUSD, you need to go back to check what the outcome actually would have been before you make decisions. All right. So at 12 noon, you'll be looking at the BOE asset purchase facility, the BOE rate, interest rate decision, and BOE minutes. All of these, the MPC votes for rate cut, for rate hike, and so on. Vote for rate unchanged, then the monetary policy, all of these are coming out at 12 noon. So Thursday is another eventful day, just as Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. to 7:30. So all of these, all of them for GBP is coming out at the same time. So you have to really be prepared. So we will be looking at the GBP. Now, if you look at the numbers for GBP, rate decision, the forecast is the same as the previous. But then when you now come to the BOE Monetary Policy Committee votes for rate cuts, just two people out of the number of seven, two out of seven are voting for rate cuts. Previously, it was five that voted for rate cuts. Right now, currently in the what's it called? The forecast for this month is that two members of the Monetary Policy Committee are voting for a rate cut for the GBP. However, in the rate hike segment, none of them is there's no forecast of any of them going for rate hike. Okay, so everything is at par, zero previously, zero now. Now for rate to be unchanged, out of the number there, all seven of them, they were focused for all seven to go for unchanged rate. So if this happens, then that means that the technical analysis we did on GBP USD that GBP might have peaked. Do you get it? So maybe we may not begin to see a form of distribution from the top for GBP from Thursday. But let's watch out. Let's not predict anything. Let's just wait for the numbers to come out. I mean, it's just about 3 days away. So you just manage to do your trading technically until that Thursday when we'll now see these numbers, as the numbers are going to actually make a huge impact on GBP USD. So watch out for it. And then you by 1:30 there are medium impact events, of course, for the US. Okay, not forgetting the Buba president Nagel speaking. That's for German Buba president Nagel speaking. That speech is a medium impact event. That'll be for the euro, and then for the USD, initial jobless claim for the 13th of September will be out. Okay, and the forecast and the previous are the same numbers, while the Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey for September will be out. Forecast is 2.4% as against -7 the previous month. Then the existing home sales change month on month will be coming out. There's no forecast for it on Friday, but let's confirm from FX Trades. Let's just scroll to Thursday. Then on Thursday you have the Philly. Okay, it's only the Philly manufacturing index that's here. The existing home sales, okay, is here. The forecast there is 3.89. 3.89, but for FX Trade has not got the numbers for the forecast. So you have it there now. 3.89 from Forex Factory. So if you want to trade the numbers, you can actually go ahead and do it. It's a medium impact event, 20 to 30 pips targets, right? Then on Friday, tentatively, BOJ rate policy policy rate will be out, and the forecast there is going to be less than 0.25%. Japan, they are very careful with interest rates, making sure that it remains as low as possible to encourage manufacturing, and their goods, manufactured goods, to be cheaper in Europe. So they always ensure that the rates are kept as low as possible. So the press conference will, the timing for these events, both the BOJ policy rate and the press conference, is still tentative. So let's confirm from FX Trade. From FX Trade is midnight to that's 12:30 GMT +1. So you want to um okay, sorry, for yes, okay, it's still tentative. It's the National Consumer Price Index and CPI exempting food and energy, that is for 12:30. All right, from FX Trade. Okay, then the people, the what's it called now? The Bank of China at 2:15 will be releasing their own rate decision, interest rate decision, and the forecast is 2.8% as against the previous 2.7%. So there's an indication that they may raise interest rates from China, and for those who would like to trade the yuan, you need to buckle up. All right, so but then here we have it as a medium impact event. Then the so let's now come to 7 a.m. when the retail sales from the UK will be out. Retail sales month on month, year on year for August. Retail sales exempting fuel month on month August, and exempting fuel year on year August. And then 10:30 p.m. Man, that's a BOE member, Bank of England member, will be speaking, medium impact event. Then at 1:30 in Canada, where the governor, Macklem, will be speaking. All right, so if you check, you can monitor the speech. All right, from here, you can actually monitor the speech by going to the Bank of Canada website and check that. All right, so he's billed to be speaking at the National Bureau of Economic Research, Economics of Artificial Intelligence Conference in Toronto, Canada. So you want to monitor that. Okay, so now you have finally the president of the European Central Bank, President Lagarde. She will be speaking at the event. Let's confirm the events from here. Okay, the Christine Lagarde uh, delivers a speech and participates in a conversation with IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva at Mikhail Kamdis's Central Banking Lecture in Washington, D.C. So that'll be in the US. Okay, so you just watch that for clues too. You know that at the press conference hosted by Lagarde on last Thursday, was actually what pushed gold to the all-time high that we're seeing it at right now. That's for last week, after hanging on for almost 2-3 weeks, after the last high was recorded. So who knows what next to expect from Lagarde this Friday. So that will be it from FX Trade, and let's just compare with Forex Factory, and the same things expected. And so you want to watch out. The news events this week are really interesting, very dramatic, and they are going to form redefining moments for a number of instruments, including gold. So watch out for these events this week, and let's trade to win. Thank you very much for watching. From all of us at Pipsoclock, we want to wish you a very, very green pips trading week. Thank you, and God bless you.